Fall is my favorite season, and I wanted to remember it by painting a leaf and a mushroom. These are tiny studies in watercolor. I hope you like them. Let's start. Alright, so we start by adding water to the paper, just normal plain water. That way, your pigment is gonna flow and it's gonna look very cool and it's gonna mix. Now I'm adding yellow, which is the base color. You start with the brightest or the lightest one. And I'm just adding the yellow to the edges, trying to shape the leaf and just make this shape for the other colors to flow and to mix. Now I'm adding orange. I'm gonna add this orange only in the edge because I want to create those crisp dark edges that fall leaves have. I love this technique. It just flows, you know. This leaf is just like that. You don't need to be super precise. You can just add colors here and there and it's gonna be fine. So really easy. I added some in the middle and I'm adding red in the middle. I want the middle to be a little bit darker to give it dimension. And yeah, I'm just adding red here and there, letting it mix with the yellow and the orange slowly. And now I'm just trying to mix it up a little bit, making it look a little bit more mixed. Adding a little bit more red, darker red in some areas, less areas than the orange and the yellow. And now I just let it dry. It looks really cool. Love the textures. And I'm gonna add details, which in this case are just lines, which is hard to do. You have to have a very steady hand. So yeah, I just added 5 main lines that touch the center of the leaf to one of the points. And then from there, I just added random small lines. And you're trying to be super random with this. You're trying to be more organic. Don't overthink it. It's a chill exercise. Just enjoy it. And this is the final result. So easy, right? So easy, so fun, and it looks so cool. Please do it. Please just do it. Now we're gonna do the mushrooms. Starting off with water on the paper. In this case, I'm leaving some spaces without water, leaving some negative space because I'm painting an amanita mushroom which has white dots. So I left some areas without water and the pigment won't flow into those areas. It will only go and flow with the water. So you'll be able to see it in a minute, just adding the red here and there, and you can see some spots are white, and that is the reason. And that is a technique for masking in watercolor. You can also use masking fluid if you want a very precise mask, but for this exercise, just letting it dry was cool, was enough. All right, so I'm just adding more red here and there. And then I went and added water to the other 2 mushrooms. This one is going to be just brown, and the other one is going to be an amanita, which is the red one. Look at this. So satisfying. Adding color to wet paper is like the most satisfying thing, and I love it. And that's why I love watercolor. Now this mushroom is just going to be brown and yellow. Is one of those brown mushrooms. I don't know the name. If you know the name, please let me know. The easiest mushroom. If you don't know how to paint with watercolors, just draw and paint this mushroom. It's just yellow on the top, brown at the bottom. Let it mix it up a little bit. You can later come in and mix it up yourself if you want to. So easy. And it looks so good, you'll see. So now I'm going with a dry brush and trying to erase or make some areas a little bit brighter. You can totally skip this process, but it's good practice to learn how to erase mistakes. Erase, just like make it less of a mistake. Now, as you can see, I'm just mixing it up. I didn't want the mushroom to be super sporty, you know. I wanted to blend a little bit more, and I'm also figuring out the shape a little bit better. And so easy. Please paint this mushroom. You're gonna feel so good. Now I'm going for this one. As you can see, I didn't leave white spots in this one because I have another technique in mind. We'll see if it works. So now I'm adding just darker red to create more 3D effect, like shadows, but just a little bit. I'm not overthinking this too much. Now let's do the body. The body is white. That's how I call it. The body is white. And when you have white and you're painting with watercolors, white is the paper. So you already have the white. So what do? You paint the shadows. In this case, I'm using a light brown to start the shadows. Start painting the shadows, and I'm going in so light first. And then you'll start adding darker tones in smaller areas and darker tones in even smaller areas. And that's how you create shadows, and that's how you create three-dimensional objects. And you just leave the white alone. You don't have white watercolors. So just leave the white alone, and that's the whole technique. Now here I'm adding some texture to make it more interesting. And the shadows on the Amanita white spots. This shadow is super dark. I hated it. And I was like, no, I messed it up. So I went to my color palette and I added a little bit more red and water. And I made it a little bit less purple, and it worked way better. As you can see, these shadows that I'm doing right now are way better. So yeah, just try colors. This is a study, and that is why you make studies in your sketchbook, to learn, to try new things, and to just have fun. Now this is the other technique I'm trying. I'm using a white gel pen on top of the red, and it works. I kind of liked it, but you need to add at least 3 layers of white gel pen for it to look white. So you gotta be patient, you gotta go back and forth, adding white. It's up to you, your work. And if you don't wanna deal with masking fluid or leaving white areas, go for it. It really worked. It worked. So just don't do what I did here. I mixed like leaving the white area in the paper, and I also added white gel pen, white spots, and you can tell the difference. Like in the big mushroom, you can tell. So don't mix it up. Just go for one technique all in. This was a study, so we learned. It really works, and this is the final result. I love it. I love that I learned so much. I love the leaves. So easy, so pretty and organic. And let me know which one's your favorite. And thank you for watching this video. Winter is coming, so I'll be painting some winter elements. Give me some ideas, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.